Hello, so today we're going to be showing you how to do a clutch replacement on a 125cc Chinese engine. You will need a special tool. Here it is. This is to take off the bolt that holds in the clutch. It is 10 bucks on Amazon, and here it is. So the first thing I did is I removed the brake lever that's right here. It's just one cotter pin. You remove that and you slide off the brake lever. And then I drained the oil already. There's 8 bolts and there is 3 different sizes, so you want to make sure that you know where you're taking them out of so you can put them back in right. Alrighty. What the? Let's try that again. All right. So this little piece will actually sit right here. This is your clutch adjustment screw. And it sits right here on your shift linkage. So this, you just want to make note that it's going to stay in line with the center right here. Pull this off. I'm going to pull this piece off. So this comes new in the kit. All this comes new in the kit except for this arm. You're going to want to save this arm. And then you're going to take your screwdriver. Now you can either use a punch screwdriver or you can hit this one with a hammer to break these 4 bolts off. Once you have it off, you'll be able to get this part off. And here's where you need that special tool. So inside of here, there is actually a lock washer that you're going to have to bend the tabs off of. So you're going to need to take a flathead screwdriver, and these little tabs that sit in these teeth, you're wanting to bend off so you can take it off. Now that you got that done, you're going to take that special tool. You line it up in there with the nut. It'll come right off. There's a washer in there as well. Then here is this lock piece. So this piece will have the teeth will be bent up into here, and that's what you're prying out. So you can remove this nut. And then you'll be able to grab your clutch and pull it out. See, this one's very burnt. Then you'll have your gear set that comes off of your clutch. Little oil pump. You'll have one more washer. So now that you have this all out, you're going to want to spray brake clean here. You're going to want to make sure that you take out your screen, clean your screen real good. You're going to want to let it drain to get all that brake clean out and all of that clutch material. Once that's all done, you can start with the reassembly. Sorry, I just remembered. Before you start assembling it, you're going to want to scrape off all of the old gasket material on both sides. Alrighty, now that all the gasket material is scraped off, I'm going to start by putting the new clutch adjuster onto here. So we're going to take our new adjuster and the adjuster screw. We're going to take that, put it on there. You do not have to crank this down whatsoever. You're going to take your case and you're going to just put this inside. Now, on the back side, you are going to put on your O-ring and the washer. Here is the O-ring. Just going to want to make sure that sits flush in there. There you go. You take your washer, put your washer onto there, and then you're going to take your backing nut and put your backing nut on there as well. All this can be hand tight because you will be having to adjust this once it's all said and done. So we're all done here. Now we'll move on to putting the clutches in. Alrighty, so to start, we're going to take our little bushing, put that in there, and then we are going to take this little sleeve. This is the oil pump for this shaft. And to take the clutch gear with the indents are going to face towards the clutch because this is actually what the clutch rides on. It locks into there. There you go. Mesh is real nice. There is two different sizes to this gear. You either have a 17 tooth or an 18 tooth. Before you order your parts, make sure you know which one you need. Now we're going to take our clutch. Throw our clutch on. Make sure that the teeth line up with the clutch. So they are lined up. There we go. Next piece is going to be the lock washer for the clutch nut. Now there's going to be a little washer. Now, if you see one side bevels out and it says outside on it, so you're going to put this facing towards the back of the case. Same thing with your nut. There's one that bevels out, which is this side. It's kind of hard to see. You're going to take this, face it out. Now we're just going to do this hand tight for right now. Make sure it's all lined up. And now you can tighten it down with your ratchet. Okay, here we go. It's all the way tight. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come in there and bend that pin right here. You're going to want to bend it up into the lock. That way it cannot come loose on you. You're gonna wanna try to do as many as you can. Sometimes you can only do one, but just fold all the rest of the pins towards it. There we go. Now what you're going to want to do, so you're going to take the gasket and the cover, with your Phillips. You're going to want to put all these in. Should put red Loctite on there. That way it doesn't come loose. Now they're all in there. Now you don't want to strip them, but make sure that they are tight and not going to back out. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the piece where the rollers sit on the case for the clutch tension. I'm going to put that right in that bearing. And you're going to grab that arm that you saved. Now remember I said make sure it lines up with the center of that shaft. See, so it's in the center. It's facing right towards it. Now, you're ready to grab your gasket, put your gasket on the case, tighten it all down. Alrighty, so I got that gasket on. I used a thin layer of oil-based RTV just to hold that gasket on so I make sure it's in place. So now we can go ahead and put this on. Alrighty, so we're all lined up. We're going to put those bolts back where they belong. Alright, now that it's all on, I'm going to show you how to adjust the clutch tension. So what you're going to do is you're going to loosen this bolt. You're going to tighten the middle screw as tight as you can get it. So I already had it pretty tight. Now you're going to back it out 1/8 of a turn. You're going to tighten up this nut. There you go, and it's all done. Thanks for watching.